5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and the game is just about to begin. This is game 2 of Jaedong versus Flash. Lee Jaedong, also known as Jaedong, versus Lee Young-ho, known as Flash. It appears that this is going to be a very exciting game. It's a very big clash of titans because these two players are playing very excellently recently. Flash is actually 17-6 since December, and this map is Blue Storm.
Yeah, an interesting thing to know about Blue Storm is that it's a very Zerg heavily favored map in Terran. Usually what Zergs do is they get the fast Mulus and the fuse that ledge between the Terran natural and the main base.
Yeah, in Blue Storm, it's a really nice map, but from the statistics, it's quite balanced. But really, in fact, it's more favored to the Zerg. Jaedong is on a 7-0 winning streak on it at the moment, and Flash on this map is 0-1 versus Zerg. This map is really good for getting gas expansions, and Muta-harasses are really good on this map just because of how the map is created. And for Terran, it has really bad unit AI because of the small root in the beginning.
Yeah, and especially that ledge between the natural. We've seen Zergs go in with 9 Mulus, 12 Mulus against 6 turrets and still go in and harass, just because that ledge is so bad for the Marines to hit. So I don't know what Flash is going to do. He's probably going to play a standard build and go for his fast expansion.
Yeah, Jaedong is doing a standard 12 hatch right now, and Flash is playing it pretty safe. He's going to be walling in, and so far it seems pretty standard. Jaedong is actually known as the Legend Killer, and so it's really going to be up to Flash to step up his game and try and beat Jaedong again.
And we see here Jaedong is going Extractor before Pool, so he's definitely going to go for a 2-hatch Mulus build on this map.
Yeah, and it's really a strong build as well. And Jaedong has really impeccable Mutalist micro, so Flash will scout this, and hopefully he'll be adequately prepared for this, but we can't be too sure because Jaedong's just really good with his Mutalist micro.
Yeah, if I was Flash in this game, I would just go do what Magic did and try to go for a fast 2-port and maybe try to fend off these Mulus. But as it looks like, Flash is going to play standard and go for that fast expansion.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's kind of a risky move. It's not, I mean, it's very standard, but it's going to leave him open to, he's going to be more viable to be harassed in multiple locations, and that expansion means he's going to have to defend in 2 places at once instead of just 1.
Yeah, and especially with the Blue Storm, the way Blue Storm is made, it's definitely not very easy for Terran to defend against the Mulus harass. That is definitely going to come.
Yeah, and what's very popular in this map is getting the Guardians after getting a large amount of mutas, and it's very common on this map, and it seems to be working really well if you have good muta harass.
And Flash needs to actually be careful. He only has 1 Marine. He's starting his bunker, and he only has 1 barrack. So Flash needs to be careful to not get run over by these Zerglings.
Yeah, Flash does lose his scouting SCV, but by this point he's probably pretty sure of what Jaedong is doing. And Jaedong has 8 Zerglings right now, and SCV will be used to block that area. Really at this point, I've seen that Flash is getting a lot of fast gases, so maybe he's going for another mech build, but I don't think it's a very good build on this map.
Yeah, I don't think Flash is going to go for a mech build, but at the same time, he's pulling those SCVs, which is the right idea against all these speedlings right here.
Yeah, and those speedlings are forced to retreat. Is that bunker full or not? Because Flash just made a medic, and I don't really know, but the Spire is coming up for Jaedong right now.
And I don't see any more barracks on the mini-map, maybe 1 or 2 barracks. Flash maybe has 1 or 2 barracks. He has a fire bat so he can defend against the Zerglings, but I don't think he has enough Marines or an engineering raid to set up turrets against these Mulus.
Yeah, he went really fast academy, and he's getting his second barracks right now, and he's delaying his engineering bay, even though he knows what Jaedong is doing. Oh, Jaedong's actually taking the 12 o'clock. Really surprising, and he's going to be able to use that base. There's a couple of good reasons why it's a good move. It's going to be a base that Flash is probably not going to scout, but as well, even if he does scout it, it's really easy to defend because it has a teeny choke.
Yeah, and it's also very close to Flash's main, so he can start dropping there if he chooses to drop. But I don't see a Hydro Descent, so I don't think Trap's going to come.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Flash doesn't have any turrets up. He doesn't have any engineering bay. Jaedong ran in there with those Zerglings just to see if Flash had any engineering bays or turrets up, but it looks really, really dire for Flash right now.
Yeah, and Flash getting his third barracks. For what I was seeing, it looked like he was probably... oh, he does have his engineering bay up now. But from what I saw, it looked like he wanted to go for a sunken break. He had a fast academy and all that stuff. But he is getting his turrets right now, and hopefully the timing will be just in time so that the mutas don't get there. But the first two mutas are coming, or are there other mutas that we haven't seen yet? Oh, there they are.
Oh, there's the rest of them.
Yeah, and wow, Flash actually has great timing because those turrets came up right when the mutas, but he does not have any turrets in the back of the minerals, which is really where he needs to defend.
Yeah, and Jaedong here, he's going to engage that one turret, and it's not supported by any other turrets in that 3-turret pack.
Good job by Flash repairing that just in time. And he doesn't have turrets behind the minerals, but it doesn't seem to be too big of a problem.
Yeah, I think it's just the way that the turrets outrange the Mutalisks. The turrets will still do damage to the Mutalisks. So, I don't know what Jaedong's doing with his Mutalisks, but Flash is definitely defending pretty well.
Yeah, and at this point, what's very common on this map is for the Zerg to just continue making mutas, and then switch to Guardians as soon as possible. And Jaedong does have 3 gases at this point, so it's going to be pretty easy for him to do this. And Zerglings and mutas taking out these turrets.
No, that Flash had that fire bat there just to defend his turrets against the Zerglings, which is a really good move.
Yeah, it's got 4 kills right there. And Jaedong still taking out more turrets, and he's still pumping mutas, and no Hydra Den up, so it's looking really much to be that Guardian build after the mutas.
Yeah, in my opinion, what Terran should do in this situation is probably move his Marine out from his natural and into that small gully so that the Mutalisks can't start mulet harassing that area. But Flash, he has 4 barracks. I think he might be afraid of a mutaling attack, so he's probably not going to do that.
Yeah, Jaedong's really good with his muta harass right now. He's picking off a lot of units, and he's pulling out the wounded mutas to let them go heal and recuperate for a little while, which is really nice because he's making those mutas really cost effective. Coming in from the back here, seeing if there's anything to harass. But he does lose a lot of mutas right there, running through a lot of Marines and turrets. Really bad there by Jaedong, but only lost about 3 mutas, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and what we see here Jaedong is doing is that he's letting his injured mutas... oh, bad mutas micro there. But he is healing his injured mutas, and he's just massing mutas, and he's probably going to go get Hive.
Yeah, and this is looking really good. I'm not sure if he's going Hive right now or getting +1, but what's interesting to remember is that 12 Mutalisks or 11 Mutalisks in a stack take out turrets in only 2 shots because in the next 2 seconds the turret will burn down. So really the turrets aren't there to kill mutas, but they're more there just to delay the mutas until the Marines get there.
Yeah, and with the way that the map is set, it's hard for the Marines to actually get there in time or be in range to shoot the Mutalisks.
Yeah, but what I've noticed is, okay, so the Hive is coming up right now, but what I've noticed is Flash is actually doing a really nice job defending here. And right now, lots of mutas coming in here. They're going to take off these missile turrets, but there's Marines pretty close nearby, and Jaedong does take out 3 turrets without getting too many casualties.
Yeah, one of the things I'm worried about for Flash is that he doesn't have... his natural isn't really saturated with SCVs. We see him, like, having SCVs there, but there's not that many SCVs, and so that's a very interesting thing that's happening.
Yeah, I think it's really, he shouldn't have gone for the natural really early, because he's overextended himself. He's had to waste a lot of